Yo. Welcome to another episode of Factually Opinionated, where your opinion do not matter if they're not backed by facts. We are here. It's D. Lee.
And your boy Bubba J.
And we are here. All right, so we early into the NBA season. It's been a lot of moves, a lot of transitions, a lot of things going on. So we gonna put a grade on both teams and how does it benefit each franchise. We're gonna knock these out the way early, and as the season goes and more trades happening, we're gonna continue to cover them. So stay tuned, stay posted. Please subscribe, like, and send it to everybody that you know love hoop. So let's go. We're gonna start with the most recent and work backwards. So we know that the Utah Jazz just got John Collins from the Atlanta Hawks for Rudy Gay in the second rounder. How do you feel about that, man?
I like them both. Uh, I believe you should have got more for John Collins, but I understand this year his value has diminished a lot. I didn't think that much, but a lot.
They didn't traded them three seasons,
I,
last 3 seasons.
Even rumor for 3/4 of his career. So I'm glad they finally accomplished what they said. Of course, I think he on for three more years, 78 million. So trying to get that off the books. Already paying Trey, already paying Dejounte, and apparently John Collins is no longer motivated to even be there, or his play is just outright diminished. So I like what they did, getting on the second apron. You know how that CBA, how that money working, and Utah they go in the right direction. Man.
Yeah,
I
love
Danny
it.
doing his thing out there now.
Danny gonna do what Danny do. I love Danny, man.
Danny doing his thing.
Yeah, Utah, another great trade, another great acquisition. They just continue to go up and up, man. I think it's good for Atlanta to finally just get off John Collins. I'm tired of hearing John Collins on the trade room at every All-Star break. John Collins might be on the move. Like I want him to get a fresh start because he's a really talented individual. I think he's a 20-10 type guy. So for Utah to get somebody like that besides Walker Kessler and besides Lloyd Marketing, I think that's a great. Excuse me. I think that's a great move for them, man. Um, CP3 going to the Bay for Jordan Poole, a 2030 first round and a 2027 second round.
Yeah, that's a lot going on.
That's a lot.
Washington, I like what they got back. Jordan Poole, how young players that they the potential to the sky, man. Get it, boy. They're the smash brother in the pool.
Yeah.
But I like what they got in return for Chris Paul, which was basically valueless at the time, really. Especially for that team, which is young and really don't got no future, but they don't know how to organize it, no how. So I like what Washington got. Golden State, I believe you could have got more for Jordan Poole. His value ain't that diminished.
Not at all.
Not for CP3. I understand he's expiring, but and you could just give him off the books after this year. But I believe you need something more for this year too, because the time tickets.
Somebody over 6'8".
Exactly. When Chris Paul is 6 foot with shoes on, and you got Steph Curry, that 6'3" little guy, and I seen a rumor start with CP's, Steph, Wiggs, Clay, and Drake. That's too small. Your tallest player is 6'7.5".
Jokic averaging 40.
In a 5 and 15
Jokic averaging 40 on that squad
in 28 minutes. But you need to have size to win. I mean, Kevin Looney can't do it off by himself, and he ain't even big himself.
6'8".
He just play big. So for Chris Paul, I like he has a chance to contend. I just want to see how it works between him and Draymond because he's most likely going to resign. Chris Paul don't got no good luck, man. Things just go bad when he's around. I hate to call him a cancer, like they do the white and stuff, but
Man, but
every
look.
time he touches, something bad spread. But I like it for Washington. I like what they got back from, especially giving up Bradley Beal for Chris Paul and Penny, a chip, and a used napkin. So I like what they got back, for him. But Chris Paul, I want to see how that worked, though. I hope they get him off the bench and kind of run that second unit because him and Draymond, the way they facilitate, a lot of IQ on that team. I love IQ.
So I got a question. Do you think they even keep Chris Paul? You don't think he a buyout candidate?
Well,
I mean, I see how they fit on the team because when Curry get off the floor, the offense stops. You know what I'm saying? So to have CP3 to come off the floor and run your offense while Curry is on the bench. I love that dynamic. But Chris Paul needs a big to run pick and roll with. They ain't got that. You traded Wiseman, so who running pick and roll with Chris Paul?
They still got free agents.
I mean, yeah, they still do.
But they need somebody.
They free agent, but you know they ain't got no money.
They show. That's why they got off Jordan Poole.
That's true.
Yep.
Hopefully they can do something, man. I like the move for Jordan Poole. I'm not as high on Jordan Poole, but he will have the greenest light in the NBA next year. I don't. I think what's the dude that foreign forward that foreign forward they got 2 years ago.
Oh, you talking Denny and Beal?
That's the longest tenure wizard on the team, and he been there 2 years. So Jordan Poole is gonna have the greenest of light. If you allow him to walk and carry all he wants in the starting lineup,
25.
He'll give you 25 and 5 easily. Now efficient, but he will give you 25 and 5. So I mean, I like the trade for both of them. Jordan Poole goes up. Chris Paul for now is at least on a contending team. I don't know how he feel about coming off the bench. He gonna have to because him and Curry cannot start together. That's just unacceptable. Because Luka will have a field day. LeBron will have a field day. Shea Gildress will have a field day. De'Aaron Fox, like you see where I'm going, like they will have a field day with them boys running guard. So he gonna have to come off the bench, but like you say, I like him being able to go to the contender. Hopefully he can stay healthy. I ain't even gonna say 82. I'm gonna say 60 games and into the playoffs because that's the biggest if. He ain't been healthy in the playoffs since New Orleans days, I believe.
Yeah, that's about right.
Maybe Clipper Day, but I know.
About the first year.
Yeah, so like.
Through injury though.
Yeah, so hopefully Chris Paul can stay together for one more year. Hopefully it all work out and he can at least get another decent run, man. You know. So let's go with the biggest trade I think in the all season. The Celtics get Porzingis, the 25th pick, and a first year of 2024 next year first round pick. The Wizards get Tyus, Gallinari, and Muscala, and a second round pick, and Memphis get Marcus Smart.
I like the trade.
Yeah.
Hate to see Marcus Smart go. You know, he lived and breathed what a Celtic was all about. You know, he was the Celtic. You know, he was the heart and soul of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I want to see how that works. I don't believe they're gonna completely fall apart, but it's gonna some stuff gonna go. Because I don't think Kristaps Porzingis feels that role. Hopefully, they have the next man up that's talented, mature players such as Jaylen Brown. Maybe try to take that lead in the locker room, or Al Horford. Try to step up a little bit. But Marcus Smart, man, he's an interesting part. Talent wise, Boston came off. I mean, Brad Stevens, boy, you learned something from Danny, boy. You learned something. Boy, I mean, Kristaps Porzingis, he already solved all their problems, but he's a bigger presence. I mean, he joins, he fits in seamlessly. Another 6'6", he's 7'3". Just a tall person that shoots all the time and knows how to be big. So he fits what they give. He works within the system. He's not a player that he's not an outliner, but he fits within the system even better.
Yeah.
And plus they've been over the last 5 conference finals. So he works what they got, but he doesn't really solve what they need.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Washington, I know you clear a house, but why you had to wait all this time when your talent going to get a competent point guard? Come on. I mean, Tyus Jones, of course, I believe it's heard that y'all is going to be a starter.
We love Tyus.
But Lord, give the man some talent. I know you clear a house. I believe you could have got more. But
Kristaps
Porzingis,
definitely.
Borderline all-star.
Borderline.
I mean, one more.
I'm talking about one more injury. He was in there.
I mean, he had a career, in line with those when he was in New York.
Mm-hmm.
So, they should have got more. They really should have.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't third.
Memphis got Marcus.
Got Marcus Smart.
Yeah.
Marcus. Man, they finally got some grown folks in there, boy.
That's what they need.
That's what they needed. I mean, that's what I like that acquisition for grown folks. Vocal.
Mm-hmm.
Vocal. He a leader in the locker room, man. That's what Memphis lack. Of course they're gonna miss Tyus Jones, but Marcus Smart provides that defense, that grit and grind what Memphis without. Of course, called the most Memphis player that never played for Memphis. I like what he provides to the team. Hopefully, giving
Mm-hmm.
that organization that seriousness
Mm-hmm.
due to his experience in the playoffs. So I like that move from him.
Yeah, man. I like the move for the Boston. I've been saying for years they too small. When you going against Giannis and Embiid every year, Robert Williams and Al Horford ain't it. You need a little bit more than that. Not saying Chris Stapps will guard them one on one, but to have that help side defense,
Put your hands
just
up.
put your hands up,
That's
go
all you got to
vertical.
do.
The Roy Hibbert rule. That's what I
Put
call
your
it.
hands up.
Put your hands up, man. That will help. And he was the leading scorer in 3-pointers at the top of the key.
Yep.
He hit the most top of the key 3-pointers in the league. So the pick and pop, I think, would be beautiful. Washington, I love Tyus Jones. Like he said, I wish Tyus would with Bradley. Tyus Jones was a top 15 point guard in the league when Ja was hurt. I'm just gonna say it straight like that. Memphis gonna feel that one, but for Washington to get that one to add in with the young talent they got, I think he would be a good person to just help push the other talent they got coming in and through the draft and all that. And Marcus Smart, man, he's following Tony Allen to a T. Oklahoma State, Celtics. Now he at Memphis,
Just a little better.
just a little bit better. Um, he's Dylan Brooks better. So you lose Dylan Brooks, you add a Marcus Smart, Defensive Player of the Year. When Ja comes back, him and Marcus Smart, I'm going like that combo. That's a combo that's not gonna back down for nobody. The locker room will mature. Him and Steven Adams, I'm sure they would get that locker room in check because there's a lot of ego in that locker room that need to be checked. Yeah, I think this might be the three-team trade I've ever seen. I think Washington could have got more for Porzingis, but I don't know who's really asking for Porzingis at this point. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, with the pieces that's in there. So I think this was the best move for all three teams, to be honest. And yeah, we're gonna keep it moving. So the Wizards got busy. So that's when they sent Chris Paul to the Suns, but we know he on the Warriors. Laundry Shamit, multiple seconds, keyword seconds, multiple swaps for Bradley Beal, Jordan Goodwin, and Isaiah Todd. Now we ain't gotta talk about the Wizards because we know what the Wizards are doing. They're rebuilding. We gonna talk about the Suns? Bradley Beal on the Suns. What does that do?
Dynamic, man. Offensively, there's no better big three. Not really all that close. All three of them get you 30 all day.
And they sleep.
I mean, just what?
Them boy wake up. They boy wake up think about 30.
The only thing I worry about is the depth of Bradley Beal making a bag and a half. D Book, bag and a half. KD, bag and a half. And we got a thing called a salary cap.
Yeah.
So, of course, the big three itself, of course, I think can't work together. Of course, KD always been willing to defer. Some days always been criticized. D Book, he gonna take that lead role. He ain't gonna back down from that. He got a little cold. And Bradley Beal, I just want, even though he hasn't been the second or third role in a long time, I think he understands the situation he's in. He had to waive that no trade clause. He know what he was getting himself. He wasn't doing it, so for him to take the lead. So I believe the big three itself, it's gonna work seamlessly. Both of them, all of them unselfish players. Of course, Bradley Beal, he missed up 5 or 6. He played guard for the point guard for Washington Wizards, doing slots with Monte Morris was there, and when they had Ish Smith off the bench. So the big three itself will work offensively. They ain't nothing better for it.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't really gonna stop much, but it's gonna be an average defensive. But in the league we are today, they're gonna be serviceable. So the big three itself, but it's around the pieces, Lord. I just hope, boy. I just hope they get something, boy. Some grains of sand or something. A bag of air, something. I need something.
I like your optimistic attitude towards it. I hate it. Hey, I'm gonna be honest. Okay, Devin Booker, we've seen him at point guard. That's not it. Bradley Beal is a serviceable point. I think in a rotation he can play point for maybe 6 to 7 minutes, at a time. He's not a point. KD, he's willing to defer, but when it comes down to the fourth quarter, they down by 4. What are we doing? Devin Booker is not gonna say not give me the ball. Devin Booker thinks he's Kobe. Okay, Devin Booker gonna want the ball. KD might be okay without the ball, but Bradley Beal been that man. Bradley Beal averaged 30 in a season. Like all of them are number one mentality guys. I just want to see how the offense is gonna move. It's gonna be hard to stop them because minimum all of them gonna average between three of them 80 points a game. I think that's minimum 80 points a game. And also, like he said, who's gonna play behind them? They can't play 48 minutes a game. All you got right now on that team is them three and DeAndre Ayton. And DeAndre Ayton obviously don't want to be there. Now, if you can trade DeAndre Ayton and get some role players, get some bench players, now we talking. But I'm hearing them going after Tobias Harris.
That's more money.
Which is more money, which they don't have.
Tobias makes 34 million.
Like, is they gonna just call the G League up to run the bench? Like, I'm trying to figure out what Phoenix is trying to do. Like, because, excuse me, as we're learning, the NBA, that top heavy stuff is not working no more. You can't be top heavy in the NBA no more because when your stars go out, you got to be able to keep that lead or even create a lead with fresh blood off the bench. And right now, they don't have a bench. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, you gonna have like some weird name people coming off your bench, and then you get in the playoffs, you go against Jokic, and you go against the Nuggets, and you got Christian Braun, you got Bruce Brown, KCP coming off the bench and giving your bench players the work because you got bench players that ain't never played before. You know what I'm saying? So I want to know what they're gonna do behind them. Like I say, their best bet is to trade Aiden and get pieces. I don't know where you send it, Aiden. I don't.
Plus, in the draft, they don't got no pieces to give away.
They have nothing to give away. Like it's just the Suns went with the big three mentality, and the big three, like that's not going to win championships anymore. Like it worked for the Heat, but outside the Heat and the Warriors, we really haven't seen the collusion of talent like that come together and win a championship. They tried it in Brooklyn. You see how that went. I think them boys played like 20 games together. Like it's just that's just not how the NBA works, man. You got to have minimum 8 to 9 rotation players, and that the Suns simply don't have that. So I'm not as optimistic. And then you get two players that are not the same.
But it's very similar.
Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, we both know they're number one lead two guards. Like they out there to score. They'll facilitate, have the ability to facilitate, but that's when they get doubled.
Yep.
If you give them boy ISO, they're going to go ISO. You know what I'm saying? And KD's not getting any younger. How much do you want to put on KD on the defensive end? Like I don't want to put KD on the point where he's the help defender every time.
Yeah. His health going look like people don't really know his health going.
It's going. Yeah, he's getting them knick-knack injuries every year. It's an ankle. It's a Achilles. It's a this. It's a that. Like you're gonna have to deal with that, and not just for the postseason, the regular season. It's 82 games. You don't want to be the Phoenix Suns and then be a 6 seed, and then you having to play the Nuggets, the Kings. You don't want to play one of these young teams, man. Home court advantage in the first round, man.
And who gonna sub DeAndre Ayton?
And we
who gonna do that?
And DeAndre has already showed that. First of all, he needs help getting points scored. And second, him and Devin Booker don't get along. Quite frankly, I don't think they get along.
They don't.
You know?
The only reason DeAndre ain't been as good as he was because you got one of the best playmakers that ever played this game.
Chris Paul was setting him up. Yeah. Now he doesn't have that. So what is gonna be, man? But yeah, man, that's a quick look at some of the trades and some of the recent transactions that has happened in the NBA. We just getting to the tip of the iceberg, man. I don't know how crazy it's gonna get, but free agency coming up, trades gonna be coming. Hopefully, Dame get moved. I don't know, man. But hey, y'all, please stay tuned. Please like, subscribe. We're gonna be breaking down all 32 teams coming soon. We might wait till after free agency to get it going, but we're gonna have that content. Fraudulent coaches, fraudulent players. We're going to get into all that on this channel, man. So please subscribe. Please stay around. Please be Noti Gang, and I promise we will not disappoint, man. But until next time, man, we out.